And the reason I'm bringing this up, by the way, is the fact that these companies have few decision makers, right? When you look at companies like Facebook, few ultimate decision makers, there's a very small circle they call the board, right? That actually makes a lot of the significant decisions, depending on what direction, say Facebook or Google will take, right? And why I want to bring this up is this is coming to help, right? Um, One of the controversies that I've read about was that Bill Gates' sort of persuasion for the vaccine, for the corona vaccine to be more commercial rather than open source, right? Sort of dissuading, using his financial muscle to dissuade, I think, the lab in MIT. I read this article. I'm pretty sure it's accurate. So if you're not familiar with it, it's not fake news on the podcast. Yeah. Bill Gates through his foundation, definitely. I'm saying Bill Gates, but I mean the Bill and Melinda Foundation. They persuaded the lab at MIT to, instead of open sourcing their work on the corona vaccine, to instead sell it to, I forget which one it is. I don't know if it's Pfizer, but to one of those big farmers, right? To Because the farmer had the money and the distribution means to move the vaccine more efficiently than if it were open source, yeah, and also to manage the regulation. So regulation again in medicine is a big thing, right? But if we get to that place where these rich guys can start pulling such big moves under the table. No one knows this, but the reason the vaccine is not free is because Bill Gates already has a lot of money, and that money can influence some of his major decisions. Right? Isn't that? Don't we reach a place where we start to look at these guys like real Lex Luthor, like real scary super villains? People who have superpowers, but they actually may have intentions that are not the most popular intentions.
Let me see, where do I start with this one? So let's see. So first, people need to understand the process of bringing a vaccine or a drug to market, right? Just for context, a blockbuster drug or a drug that is popularly needed around the world, or that is you could say a new kind of invention, costs about $1 billion and 10 years of research to bring to market. And as a result of that, they get a 20-year patent so that they can be the only ones to sell and market that unique, formulation in the market. So that they can be able to recover that investment and also make a profit. Because if they don't recover that, if there's no patent, there will be no incentive for somebody to invest $1 billion and 10 years of scientific research to arrive at that blockbuster drug that's going to save billions of people. Same thing for vaccines. A lot of work around vaccines is going on in labs, even right now, about viruses we probably don't even know about yet. But a lot of that work is funded by foundations because it advances science. And a lot of these are research labs that may be found within universities, funded by charities and donations. And the way these universities also really, make their money, and also the way scientists also value their work, is by getting patents and that they can eventually license out, and that's how the universities are able to generate revenue to maintain their to maintain their activities. But then that's also how foundations also will replenish resources that they invested so that they can even do more good. So when you see guys like Pfizer or Moderna or whatever holding onto these patents, it's because there's probably a background of billions of dollars and years of research and patents that were filed even before coronavirus happened that are now all of a sudden extremely relevant, right? A lot of this work around, people think the coronavirus vaccine just emerged in the last 1 year, but actually there was already pre-existing work from the days of SARS, right, and MERS and all those other things that are that just got fast tracked because it became important. So there are all these kind of research studies that are going on that we don't know about, that are probably even just seated in a fridge somewhere at minus 80 degrees until there's enough funding or until there's a crisis, so that they can just, there's funding resources that can advance that one.